What's up, everybody? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. This is episode 195. We are recording on June 27th, 2022. I am your temporary host for today, Warren, and joining me today we have Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, please check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcasting platform. Sub to us on YouTube. And if you got a little bit of time, come join the SojuTalk Discord and hang out with the nation.
Yes.
All right. So immediately, if this is not your first time tuning in, you'll probably notice that Doug's voice is a little different.
Missing.
In fact, replaced by Warren's voice. Doug is out, unfortunately, he is out for the day. He is not feeling too well. He's feeling a little under the weather, so he is on the bench for the week. He might also be missing next week. We're not exactly sure. For different reasons.
We'll see
What happens there. But for now, Anita, it's just you and me again.
Back at it again.
Back at it. It's Anita and Warren, Ramble Fest 3.0.
Oh God.
Let's try not
Let's hope not.
Let's try to keep ourselves moving. So that's it. No announcements or sponsors. We're gonna go straight on to the big new releases of this week. We got 4 this week, right? We got Card, Ring the Alarm from Wednesday, June 22nd. They are from DSP Media, right? They debuted in 2016. Their last 3 songs were Gunshot, Red Moon, and Dumb Liddy. They have 0 music show wins so far. All right. It's been a while.
Yes.
It's been a hot second.
It has for Card. It's been a minute.
It's been a hot second, right? I believe J-Sef was in the military, and this is their first comeback now that Mr. J-Sef is back. He, for those of you guys who might not be aware, I believe he's the one in the buzz cut, but like bleach.
Yes, shorter hair. Yeah.
Right. He's one of the 2 dudes. Cool thing about Card, right, is that it's 2 dudes and 2 women. I don't know. You don't see a lot of mixed groups anymore,
Gendered.
right?
Yeah.
In K-pop.
Yeah, I know it's been a while for Card. And I think this comeback is kind of rebranding, or it has a tinge of like reborn. Like we're back and like better. And I don't know if there's like a great substance to the difference, because I feel like this sound that they came out with Ring the Alarm is very much what I associated with them from the beginning.
Right.
So it's in that trend, tropical housey-ish.
It's so Moonbathon and dancehall has been like the signature Card color for a long time.
Yes.
Right. They were in the very, very, very middle of that whole like Moonbathon trend back like 3, 4, 5 years ago at this point.
Yep.
They kind of started it. They were there in the middle of it. They were there in the end of it. And I remember, if you go listen to our older episodes, I've been a huge like anti Moonbathon person.
Not a huge fan, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought it's one of those genres where like there's only so much you can do. There's not a lot of expansiveness compared to like genres like deep house or trap, for instance, or EDM. But maybe this is gonna make me change my mind a little bit, because I feel I don't know. I do agree with you, right? I do think it's a soft reboot for Card, right? Right.
That's the right word. Reboot.
Right.
Yes.
They're reintroducing that Card sound, but I am hearing like the 2022 update to it, right? Like, it's a little more groovy. With the bass in the beginning and the near the bridges, and that's really, really cool. And there's a little bit of like drums that you typically don't hear in like a Moonbathon or a tropical house context. So that's really cool, right? It does feel like they're gonna carry on the dancehall, Moonbathon, tropical house color, but kind of not linger in that dated 2017 sound, and that's really cool. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I mention this, I don't mean it like, oh, this is a bad thing, because I feel like it makes sense, and I feel like whether people will enjoy it or not, I think it has made Card stand out, like the loyalty to this genre, how unique the group is in itself because of the members. So I don't know. I don't mind it. And I do agree that there's some twists here that make it sound a little bit more fresh. I wanted to point out the specific part, and I wish we would have included more of this, but it's J-Sep's verse. After the chorus, I think?
Yeah.
After the first chorus.
Yeah.
I really like that part.
Same.
That was my favorite part of the song, when we get more of a hip-hop beat coming in. I think we could have utilized that a little bit more, but I see where they were like switching here and there.
I do feel like hip hop has been like it's the card in their deck that they haven't pulled out yet.
Yes,
almost.
Yes.
Yeah. Card.
I agree. I think it would work so well.
No, and like they've definitely incorporated hip hop into some of their, more recent, I guess, songs in the last couple of years before they went on hiatus. Their solo stuff has definitely been in that area as well, with like BM or like Gio doing stuff on Good Girl. I don't know. I guess my expectations in terms of J-Sep's rap was like not there pretty much. and it came in and I was like, okay, let me like rewind that a little bit. This is like it was like a dope moment where I went back and I was like, I thought BM was like the more like better rapper. I guess not. Like this guy is just and I went back and listened to their other tracks, and I definitely feel maybe he was like in the military and he was like practicing rapping in the military.
Focusing, okay.
Like he'd do his like military stuff until like, I don't know, like 6 p.m. and then like he'd go back to the barracks and he'd like pull out his phone and like start writing lyrics and like
it was good.
It was good. I was genuinely surprised. So honestly, nothing really too big to complain about. I do think they're playing it a little safe with a lot of these. But I mean, nothing wrong with that, I guess, right? It's just a reintroduction of this group anyway, so.
Yeah, I think everything was pretty good for me as far as like this genre, the dance, the choreo, the setting as well. But I felt like when it came to the chorus, it's not that it took away the energy, but I felt like we had been building up to the chorus, and then similar to other songs that we reviewed a couple weeks ago, I feel like it kind of becomes stagnant, where like instead of adding depth at the chorus, which I feel like should be the point where like you go all out if you do, I feel like we kind of held back. I don't know what it was. I feel like maybe it was the instrumental. Like it was pretty I don't want to say simple, but like there wasn't a lot adding to it. So there was something in the chorus that I thought, I wish it would have been more to really continue that flow that the verses were building up.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of disagree, to be honest.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no.
You like the more subdued, I guess? I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you, right? The chorus itself isn't like very like, it's not super hyper, right? There's no...
Right.
Like, if you think about really hype choruses in K-pop nowadays, you're thinking about like really big brass sounds. You're thinking about like all these lead stacked synths, like huge trap drums. And that's all gone. It's, frankly speaking, it's a bit of a much more of a minimal arrangement, if anything. But I do think there's a bit of a heightening of emotions. I don't think they killed the dynamic or anything. They take what they have, they keep it going, if anything. And I feel like for the genre they're working with, this is kind of good. I like that. Like I like that. Unlike the 2017 Moonbathon run, they're like not overdoing it. Like if I'm thinking about like K-pop 2017, 2018 Moonbathon, Tropical Pop, the chorus would have been like a pan flute with like a bom 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 bom, something like that. You know what I mean? Like that would have happened, and then they would have done 8 bars of that, and then 8 bars of like something repetitive of a chorus and a little bit of melody, and then they go back to the verse. Right? That's what they would have done 4 or 5 years ago. And I always felt like, given what dancehall is really good at, that's a bit of a forced flow, where it's just like it's like, oh, we gotta have a hype drop, and like I feel like they really noticed that they don't need to do that. And I really like how they instead of creating a huge hype moment, they create a nice, consistent song that kind of like flows really, really well. That's my takeaway with it. Although I do that kind of means the same thing, right? If you're looking for like a really hype chorus drop,
yeah,
I mean that didn't happen. I will admit the song's a little short.
I guess is it under 3 minutes?
It's like just over 3 minutes. Just let me double check. 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
It didn't feel that short for some reason. I thought it went like, okay, we had the up, the down, the bridge, the breaks here and there. I thought it was well structured. I guess that's why I didn't notice the length as much.
I think K-pop, it's been a trend where like K-pop has become shorter and shorter and shorter over time. I'm looking at my Spotify playlist of some of the songs that we've been covering recently. So we have Illusion aespa sitting at 3 minute 15, Villain Pixie sitting at 3 minute 14, Kepler Up 3 minute 12, and then Ring the Alarm at 3:05. How long was the BTS track? Because that's something they can really. Oh wait, my keyboard died. Give me a second.
I want to say it wasn't shorter than 3 minutes. I don't think, because I'm thinking of the music video, but the music video had a bit of an outro at the end, so maybe that made it more lengthy.
Well, I would look it up, but my keyboard is recharging and it's gonna take a while to charge.
But yeah, I think it has been a trend, and I will bring this up again because there's another song that also kind of shortened the time here.
I think I know what song you're talking about, but before we transition into that specific song, anything else you want to mention about this track? Ring the Alarm, KARD, Card, back in the house. Good.
I'm glad they're back. I'm glad that they doubled down on it. I respect that they are keeping the genre, because a lot of groups go back and forth. But I think it was really nice. I wanted to point out the choreo moments where they're facing each other, and I thought that was really cool because you can see them like smiling, having fun. I thought that was nice. I wish they would do more of that too.
Oh, are you talking about like near the end of the song where they like the two members face each other and they do like No.
Yeah, more like the pair dancing, and then they have like a little moment right at the end, I think, where they do like a half circle and they kind of look at each other, but you're still facing the audience. I thought those movements were cool because I think you can utilize the fact that you have guys and girls here, like pairs.
Wait, what do you mean strengths. Half circle? How do you make half circle with like 4 people?
So like it's 4, but it's like a half moon. Do you know what I mean? Like a crescent moon. So it's like a curve.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I have no idea what you're referring to.
I think it's a half circle because the way that I saw live stage do it, like the camera could still see the members, but maybe it was a full circle in the music video. I'm not too sure how they rearranged it, but when they were facing each other, I thought that was cool.
Okay. I also want to point out in the music video, like there was a cool moment near the end, and this is where I got the vibes of a soft reboot. Is like they started showing single shots of each member, and they would show
a card,
right? The card thing behind them, like whether it's a king or like a ace or clubs and all that. And I was like, that's kind of I don't exactly remember who is what, but I do know that that's their thing, right? They used to
I didn't remember that.
No, back in the day, that was their whole thing. Like, because that's why they're called card. Card is they got cards. In the thing, and that was the thing they used to do. They had like a thing where like they would have a secret, like a hidden thing every comeback.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, there was like like first comeback, they had a thing called a hidden member, and it was Youngji. And like people thought Youngji from Kara at the time, they thought she was gonna re-debut with this group, and people were like so confused. I don't know. I think they got rid of that. Maybe they should bring that back. I don't know, like a hidden something.
Maybe. Maybe we'll see.
I don't know. I was a little confused. Please don't bring it back. I'm just kidding. Anyway, that's Card. Ring the Alarm. Ba-ba-boom. Okay, moving on. We have June 24th, Friday. We have the solo debut of Twice's Nayeon with Pop. She is from JYP Entertainment. She debuted in 2015. She has 119 music show wins with Twice so far. Now, quick fun fact, right? Her debut solo album, Im Nayeon, has recorded over 500,000 sales and pre-orders.
Wow.
Good lord. I mean, I know it's just pre-orders, but still, like,
that's a lot.
It's a big
numbers.
Big numbers. Good lord. Nayeon, Im Nayeon, she's gonna be a star. She is now a star with Pop. How do you feel about Pop, Anita?
So this was the song that I'm referring to that is also quite shorter than 3 minutes. I think it's like 2:40-ish in that realm.
Yep.
Yeah. And in that same way, I felt like I didn't notice that it was that short, but it was not because I thought there was a lot of dynamic, but because I felt like I had heard the gist of the song by the minute and a half mark.
Well, the gist of the song is pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit more to that, but I felt like we were, I don't know if it's the tempo maybe, I don't know, but it felt like we were going fast, but I didn't know if we were like really pacing ourselves in this song. I don't know. Aside from that, I feel like visually, concept-wise, A+. I think this had like my favorite styling, outfits, everything was really, really, really nice. Props to the stylist. It's just like the vibe of the song, aside from the part that it felt quite short, that it is quite short, but it also felt like not a whole lot happened. It had like a slight 2010s vibe, and I can't place it quite yet, because I don't think there was a solo debut by a female artist that had this specifically, but a general vibe of it felt like this sounds similar, but maybe like 10 years ago.
Right.
I don't know.
Bro, you touched on like 5 different things.
I know.
Let's step back a little bit. Let's talk about the speed thing, right? Because the song itself it feels fast, right? I think there's 2 contributors to that. One, the BPM of the thing is actually, well, the BPM of the song is actually not very fast at all. The BPM,
not terribly fast, yeah.
No, not actually. I looked it up. It's 97 beats per minute. Most of K-pop is 130, and the reason it feels so fast is because the drum loops and the percussions are at double time most of the time, which means that even though it's 97 BPM, it can be technically reinterpreted as 194 BPM, right? That's not to say the song is sung in 194. It's definitely right. It's definitely written in 97, but it's chopped up in a way where it's flowing by really, really quickly. So that's one contributor. I think the other contributor of the pacing here is the intro, the outro, the transitions, something that would typically can take 8 bars, 16 bars. They just dive right into it. Like the intro of the song is like really short. They just do the brass thing a couple times and then boom, you're just into Nayeon singing. And I think purposefully they did that obviously for like, I personally think it's for business reasons mostly. The shorter the song, the easier it is to stream, get more streams. That's good for the fans. That's good for the artists. That's good for the money. So like I kind of get that. I do feel like the chorus was where that kind of took a hit though, right?
Yes.
Because I got the vibe that the chorus could have been something a little more. That was my takeaway with the track.
I agree. Yeah.
Right, because when we think about Nayeon and when we think about Nayeon's like traditional role in Twice, she has 2 typical roles, right? She first sets the tone because she's typically the first one to sing, right, and then she sets the tone for the chorus because she's
in the chorus,
right? She's in the chorus, usually typically the first round or second round. And I think they give her those roles often because of her voice tone, right? Now, that's obviously, we're going off of the basis that Nayeon is a good vocalist. She's perfectly capable of what she's doing. And in fact, her voice tone is like, I don't know, it's like a little citrusy almost, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, no, it kind of pops, like pop, I guess. I don't know.
It's very, I will say this, it's strong and clear. So I feel like it makes sense for like, if you're setting the tone, if you want to like, this is what it's going to sound like, and like refresher in the chorus as well. I think I understand the placement, and I think she retains that vocal quality in this song. I just feel like it's not used in the best way.
That's exactly what I was getting at. Because once you get to the chorus, there's essentially two parts to the chorus, right? The first part where she sings a little bit, and the second part is where it goes pop, 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 pop.
Yes.
and in the first part, the melody is like ba da da ba da 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 pop, pop, pop. No one, and like that pop section is the same pop rhythm that's in the second half of the chorus. So you have the first half of the chorus, which is typically a lot more melodic. And even they're kind of, it felt like they're shoehorning in the pop rhythm, the pop, repeating rhythm into that section as well. And I was like, okay, we can do that, totally, why not? But Nayeon as a vocalist, her like energy is really, it shines a lot when she sings those like high melodic notes. The first half of the chorus that I just like did a shitty rendition of. That's the part I'm listening to in the song, and I'm going, that's Nayeon. That's her voice. That's her thing. That's her character. That's her tone. And then like it's like this. It ends up becoming a simple melody that's just like in there before they do the pop 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 thing. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, like this, it would have been cooler if that part was a little longer and a little more developed, like you might see in tracks like, God, so many K-pop tracks. Dala Dala by ITZY, for instance, has a very melodic chorus drop, right? Something like that would have been cool. And I felt like they were giving us the pop 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 part a little too much, and that's where I was like, okay, this is a Nayeon solo. We don't know when it's gonna happen again. Let's be honest, right? It's not. True. It's not gonna be next week. It's not gonna be next month either.
I don't think so.
Probably not. It's very unlikely we're gonna get another Nayeon solo song in the next, 6 to 12 months. So given that, I was like, man, like, yes, I did want a full Nayeon song. At the same time, like, for instance, did we need the rap in there? Like,
I don't think it was necessary. But I feel like
that's just like anything. That honestly could have been Nayeon Pop featuring Momo. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean. Yes, but I also feel like I didn't necessarily love it. I agree with you on that. But I feel like it broke the song a little bit, because when I'm listening to it, right? And I'm really figuring out like why does it seem very like it didn't really take us on a journey, I want to say. Like it felt very much we're on this right away from the beginning, and then like the main tempo, like everything that was going on didn't quite change throughout the song, and it kind of does a little bit of a switch in that rap part, not too much really, and then she does the countdown, right? So I feel like those parts were not necessary, but they did break it up a little bit. But I think that it could have been broken up differently to make it even better. But I don't know. I think she definitely has the ability for a solo song. I just don't know why it was shortened and like it felt like sped run. Like, let's do this very quickly. Let's showcase what you can do, but not really.
This is the Nayeon speed run. Let's see how fast we can get the album solo runs in.
Oh wow! I don't know. Maybe that is a strategy?
No, no. I was just parodying those Twitch streamers that do do you know what a speedrun is? Like, that's the thing on Twitch.
No, what is it? What is it?
Essentially, you try to beat a game as quickly as possible. And then they'll go through these like glitches and like, you know, they have special strats where they move in a certain way so that the randomizer reacts in a certain way. That's a whole thing. Anyways. No, but yeah, it did feel like the song works. Here's the thing. The song works.
It still works. Yeah.
The song works. It does almost a sufficient job of displaying who Nayeon is, characterizing her in a very 2022 way, right? But at the same time, there was a lot of sections that felt very kind of felt fillery almost. And that's where I was like, oh, you know, like maybe my expectations are up there, and like they were kind of mid, but like, you know, like the other part of it was that if you look at the credits, Kenzie is the main writer for the song.
Kenzie,
yeah, I know. Like, for those of you guys who might not be aware, that's like one of the big baddies of SM Entertainment, right? She's been working on like every major release from SM in the last 2 decades or so. So that was like, I was like, man, this is gonna be an interesting collab. And it's interesting, not that interesting is my thing with it. Let's move on to the music video itself, right? Because I felt like the concept thing was really, really cool, right? It kind of went back to like when I was getting flashbacks to when Twice was first debuting, right? Back when they were first rising up the ranks with what was the Sha track? Shoot, cheer up. They were getting popular with the Cheer Up song, and then TT, and one of the phrases that the press made up, the press made up a word to describe Twice, and that was QT sexy.
Okay.
Is that a term like Americans are like aware of?
I don't think so.
I mean, I know we don't use it. It's just like, do you guys know that Koreans have made that word? And for the most part, I think it was used to describe like Sana, for instance. But like with this, I'm like, okay, I think that they kind of captured that almost, because like
I see it.
Yeah, like, you know, I feel like they're doing a good job of balancing those two things, and like a lot of the, you know, like the outfits or like the concepting or like the sets she's in, like it's not something you would see in a group that's, you know, debuted last year. This is definitely a little more leaning in the mature side, but like at the same time, it's not like dark or anything. Because when I'm thinking about groups that start doing sexy concepts or like more mature concepts, they have I feel like there always is a strong need for those groups to start doing like dark concepts. Like, you know, I'm thinking about Run Devil Run by Girl Generation. I just confirmed how old I am. And if you look at songs like that, they'll suddenly do like dark things. They're all wearing like all black outfits and like a dark, you know, set. And I was like, you guys were doing G 1 year ago. Like, what is this?
Yeah, I will say this though. I did feel like, I'm getting vibes of the Twice essence, I want to say, right?
Right.
And that's not bad, because, I mean, that is what she's known for. She was introduced in that group. But I feel like the responsibility of a solo debut is to highlight the soloist, right? To, like, differentiate the soloist aside from the group. Because, I mean, they will be in the group, they will do their thing in the group, but how is it different when they're the solo, they're the ones in the whole performance? I feel like in that sense, I don't know if it's quite there yet. I feel like there's an inkling, right? But I feel like it wasn't very explicit as to like, this will be like her color, like this is her style, her concept, you know? That's my concern there.
To play the devil's advocate, I feel like a part of it is because Nayeon is such a key role. Integral part. She's the linchpin of the Twice sound, you know?
I see.
So I definitely feel on that. I do feel like with the track, they try to differentiate from the typical Twice track as much as possible. Like, the song flows in a very different way, right? Like,
yeah, it does.
Because like Twice tracks, as much as we love them, there is a pretty standard way to make them, and this is definitely out of that realm. There's definitely like a Twice type sound. I mean, there's obviously like exceptions, like More and More or like Alcohol Free, but like there's like a Twice sound, and I feel like it's definitely out of that. That being said, could this be like a B-side on a Twice album? I think I could have seen that, right?
So.
Like,
yeah.
I honestly thought Momo was rapping near the end. I kid you not. Like,
little feature there.
Oh man. She looks really great in that like pink Louis Vuitton outfit, by the way.
Yeah, no. I feel like I quite like the song. It is the sense of like expectation, Visually, I thought definitely met. I don't have any real complaints about the music video, the styling, and anything. If anything, I think they did a great job with a lot of it because they did a lot of outfit changes, a lot of set changes. But it does still leave me the desire of like what more can be done, because it didn't feel like this was the full form, like the final like soloist form that
this
Nayeon
is not
could
even
present.
her final form yet. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, this is her debut, of course. Like, I get it. It's a debut. We're trying things out. It's been it's been such a long time since Twice debuted, and like I wasn't even sure like if solos would happen because they were very committed to the group activities for so long. So it's a step. I wish there was a little more oomph in there.
Well, if you want more of the Nayeon color, of the Nayeon voice only and nothing else, this is a whole ass EP. So there are
true. Yeah, I need to
tracks.
listen to it.
Yeah, no, go check it out. I was genuinely kind of impressed with it. It's really nice, and it's proof that there is a lot of depth to this person's voice. Like she is, it's very versatile and like also like it's not like, for the most part in Twice tracks she plays a role and she's out of the role because in a group. Here having whole like 20 minutes of just Nayeon's voice, albeit a couple featuring artists, it's really cool. It's a very immersive experience that you can connect the dots with Twice a little bit, but at the same time you're getting like just Nayeon. So like it's I don't know, it's really nice. I do dig it. I'm not gonna lie. I did ramble on in the beginning about how they didn't. It felt pretty underutilized of Nayeon's voice, and very fillery with the popping and the 1, 2, pop pop
countdown.
다르지 몰라. Yeah, I don't know. Other than those things, I think the song was nice. The EP itself is really cool. I will admit, her song with Wonstein,
I
Love
need to check it out. Yes, I saw he was in it.
That was good. It was good. It's the classic Wonstein thing. He's doing his thing, and I didn't think they would mix well with Nayeon's voice, but it does. It does. And she wrote the lyrics to that too. So yeah,
very nice.
There you go. An artist. All right. Anything else you want to add about Nayeon?
I think we're good.
All right. Bye bye, Nayeon. All right, moving on to the next track. Also from June 24th, Friday, we have aespa with a pre-release for their upcoming EP, Life's Too Short, the English version. They are from SM Entertainment. They debuted in 2020. Their last 3 songs are Illusion, Savage, and Next Level. They have 9 music show wins so far. aespa. aespa. Man, so this is leading up to their EP release coming out in, I believe, July 8th. This is the second pre-release following Illusion. And I believe there's going to be a Korean version in the actual EP itself too. So
makes sense.
actually, Yeah, that is correct. It's going to be track number 4, and the English version is going to be track number 6. So, here we are. aespa is doing something different this time around, right? It's a lot more of a high teen pop almost.
Yeah,
right.
That I feel like the way that I wanted to describe it is more of the, I guess, traditional quote unquote traditional pop vibe that I think. Maybe it's more common in the West because I feel like it might not be as common in K-pop itself, but it felt common to, I guess, Western music listeners maybe.
Yeah, no, I get that too. I feel like with the release of Girls especially, I mean, SM Entertainment has been, trying to break into the North American market for a while. Like if you're thinking about stuff like Super M, for instance. Girls, in terms of the sound off of this EP so far, they definitely have a very Western heavy sound so far. I typically don't think this is something I would hear in K-pop or most of Korean pop for that matter. I mean, I can think about artists doing it, but like that would also be a case of them being influenced by like indie pop artists doing their thing in the States or but anyways, this is clearly a very North American inspired sound. It's obviously not meant to be like the aespa angry
savage.
This is not meant to be their savage thing. No, this is, I don't know, a lot more melodic, and it feels like they're taking a break between Illusion and what's inevitably going to be their title track. Good vibes, honestly.
Yeah, no, I like that. I guess we're mixing it up here with releasing Illusion with a very different vibe to this. I feel like they definitely leaned more on the trendy, slightly Y2K inspired concept here, social media. I feel like they've been pushing that quite a bit, especially if you guys have seen the SM Universe film that they released not too long ago, a couple of days ago. They kind of also delve into the social media aspect commentary. So I interesting that they're committing in this song as well. But it makes sense. I think it makes sense with the song, the vibe. It's a topic that is relevant.
I mean, I don't know how they handled it in the film because I still haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
Oh, Warren.
I'm sorry. But I know I do feel like within the song itself, I do feel like it's almost an appropriate message that aespa is in the spot to tell, because from before they debuted, they had a lot of controversies.
Yes.
They had a lot of people talking poop on them. Sometimes for the right reasons, sometimes mostly for not the right reasons. So given where aespa is right now, this is, I wouldn't really say they're rookies anymore, right? They're a couple years in.
On their second year, yeah.
Right. They're a couple releases in. They've done some EPs. This is their second EP. So given that context, it does make sense for them to be in the position to say, dude, stop minding your business. Like, are you like,
or mind your business?
Jesus, what the hell? Like I get that. On the other hand, I do feel like the lyrics are a little, I don't know. They're very straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's my kind of like way of positively spinning shallow, if anything.
Well, I feel like there was decisions were made specifically in this song and this sound and to make it all in English, I think, to make it very mainstream friendly, I guess, like approachable in that sense. So I feel like the lyrics go into depth in that level because it is meant to be more mainstream, I feel like we're touching on a pretty it can be a heavy topic, I guess, especially because they're also directly involved, but I don't think it was meant to be like social commentary, like 100%.
I mean, I'm not asking it for it to be like social commentary or like I'm not asking for the content of the lyrics itself to be a little deeper. I'm thinking like the like the literal words they use or the phrases they use. It feels. I mean, it's we have had other tracks, right, of this theme, right, and this is pretty much using the words that those songs use. It's it's for what it is. It's a pretty standard song about stop talking shit about me, and I feel like the song's title being "Life Too Short," there could have been a little more. There could have been a little more clever ways to spin that message, but instead they're pretty straightforward about it. They're like, oh, don't say anything you want to say to my face, and that's where I was like, okay, like the lyrics aren't bad, but they're not good either. That's what I'm thinking, because there definitely have been mainstream friendly songs that give a clever spin or like add a little more depth in terms of executing the message, especially in this like genre, right? Like if you think about like Beep Beep by IU, like if you read the translation for that lyrics, it's very well written lyrics, and it's pretty straightforward what IU's saying as well. So
yeah, I'll say this, between Illusion and Life's Too Short, I feel like Life's Too Short feels more like a B-side to me.
Oh yeah,
like it makes sense. Like, okay, yeah, this is not the title track. I understand that. Illusion, I think, had more of the, I guess, more of it. You could make, in my opinion, more of an argument like this could be a title track some way. But this felt like, yeah, this is building up to the main thing. It's meant to be a companion to the main thing.
This is the soup and salad of your course.
Yeah, it's the appetizer here.
No. Illusion was the appetizer, Like,
okay.
Right? Illusion's the flatbread that comes in the beginning, right?
Okay.
This is the soup and salad, right? This is
okay.
You kind of get what I'm like. How like an appetizer is like half of like an actual food.
Yes.
Yeah, and like the salad it's food, but like
very light.
Right. And then you have like, I don't know, like what do you want for dinner right now, Anita? Like, do you want a steak?
I don't know.
Or like pasta?
Yeah, steak. Steak sounds good.
I don't know. Or this, if you go to a Korean barbecue, this is the bantan, This is the bantan.
Okay.
They brought out the bantan before they bring out the meat. The grill's heating up. They're getting ready to put the meat on the grill.
Yes. Yeah, no, I get that vibe, but I mean, even though it's meant to be a B-side, I thought it was very nicely packaged. I think the music video was I liked the dreamy, blurry aspect to it.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was nice because a lot of the shots, I think, were very like bedroom-y, right? Like, this is like where you hang out. This is where I'm with my friends, and like some other shots were like a little bit more out there, like the moon window shot with winter, and then the karaoke shot. I think the lighting was just very like, I don't know, like it had more of that high teen vibe, trendy vibe, but with a blurry, soft aspect to it. And I thought that was nice. I think it gave it a little bit of a twist instead of just being straight Y2K inspired.
I felt like they overdid it. Like, I thought they were gonna start with it and get rid of it later on, and they kind of did in certain shots, but like it never fully went away. And I was like, this is man, like Gaussian blur over here. I will admit it feels like they are taking like a much more like, oh, we're relatable too kind of concept with the visuals as well as the song, right?
True, yeah.
There was a moment where like Winter had the rabbit hat on her head.
Yes.
This is all random. I mean, it's cute, but like,
yeah. I mean, I thought it might have something to do with the moon, like something related there. But I feel like, yeah, I think it was just It was just cute styling.
Like if someone told me 1 year ago, like 1 year ago, like this was next level aespa, like if someone had told me 1 year ago that like Winter would like sit next to a window with a cute little rabbit hat on, I'd be like, no, you're shitting me. I wouldn't believe you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it worked out. I think it all worked out. I'm continuing to feel the hype build into Girls EP, July 8th. I do enjoy that coming. This is a bit of a change up in terms of like, oh, like we can do trap and angry stuff, but we can do this too. You know, like this is like the we had Kill This Love, and then we had Ice Cream, you know, and then we're gonna have Lovesick Girls, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Like I mean, Ice Cream Girls was a bit of a salad compared to
Ice Cream Girls.
No, what was it called? No, it wasn't called Ice Cream Girls. It was called
Ice Cream.
All right, Ice Cream. Oh man. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you for the salad, SM. I enjoyed the salad. It was nice.
Looking forward to the entree.
Thank you. All right, moving on. June 27th on Monday, we had Fromis9 with Stay This Way. They are from Pledis Entertainment. They have debuted in 2018. Their last 3 songs were DM, Talk and Talk, and We Go. They have 3 music show wins so far. Yo, Fromis9. We have you and I, and Doug as well, we have a bit of a soft spot for this group, don't we?
I guess we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like
in a way.
Fromis9 is one of those groups where like I look at their discography and I go mostly solid, you know, like I'm thinking about We Go, I'm thinking about Feel Good, I'm thinking about Love Bomb, thinking about like Pit Pat, you know.
DK.
DK, yeah. Thinking about Donkey Kong. Thinking about 22nd Century Girl, you know, like I purposefully skipped over the ones I don't like. Fun.
We don't talk about that one.
And most of it is very solid. And I think starting with Feel Good, they had a bit of a shift in the way they portray themselves and the sound and the styling and the concepting. It was, I don't want to say mature, but like it felt like a very
chic.
Relatable.
Oh, really?
Oh, what?
I thought that Feel Good was more chic. Like, I remember the music video, like, oh, this is very nice. Fashion.
Okay. I guess I might be thinking more about We Go and Talk after then. Because, like, it feels like if you look at a lot of K-pop acts right now, especially in the girl group realm, it's usually, right, it's like streetwear combined with school uniforms or like edgy Y2K aesthetic.
Yes.
And this is one of the few groups that will be like, we're just gonna wear t-shirts and jeans and blouses, you know, like.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't. That's like that was like a classic girl group trope that we don't really see often, and I think they've kind of built a niche market there, and I definitely feel like they're expanding with that. Well, not expanding, more like redoing. In with this EP, right? Stay this way. I don't know how you feel about this track, Anita.
I feel like my general feeling of songs after We Go, right? Because We Go, I think, was what really brought me back.
Yeah.
Really, really great song. Also a summer song. My general feeling has been that I like the songs. I think they're really good. I think Talk and Talk was a little bit the most different, but DM and now this one, I feel like have been trying to recreate some of the magic of We Go in some way. And it's not a bad thing because I don't think the songs are bad. I don't dislike them, but I feel like I'm getting too familiar to this sound from them in a way that it doesn't feel as new or as fresh as it could be.
Here's the thing, right? It's I don't think they're trying to recreate We Go.
No? Okay.
I think they have a specific, I imagine they have like a mood board, right? In their
Pinterest.
offices, right. And out of that came Feel Good. Out of that came We Go. Out of that came DM. Talk and Talk, I think, is a special one out there.
It was pretty nice.
Nothing against the song. I do think it's a different kind of color, if anything.
Yeah.
And with Stay This Way, I feel like they're looking at the same mood board that they haven't updated in 2 years, and they're going, we'll just do this again. And here's the thing. It's a sound that's like really well executed. It is a sound that I have a special soft spot for. I know you have a soft spot for it. It's kind of disco-y, slightly city poppy, very dancey. And it's the same producers that's been working on this sound, right? It's been constantly. It's been Yumin collapsed one with Justin Reinstein. These two have worked on Feel Good. They worked on We Go. They worked on DM. Now they've worked on Stay This Way. They worked on Twice's The Feels as well. I've also just realized it's the same lyricist, Seojum, as well. So a lot of the same creative minds pushing for the similar things. And I know they're capable of doing other things too. Because, like, for instance, Seojum has written Feel My Rhythm by Red Velvet, right? And that's definitely out there in terms of what the song is about. Right. She's worked on Love Dive. She's worked on Real Love. Wait a minute. She's worked on a lot of good tracks. Oh my God. Anyways.
But they're much more different than this.
Right. They're much more out there. And this one, it does feel like, I'd be a hypocrite if I wasn't going to say anything about Fromis 9 recycling this sound. Like, given that some of the stuff we've said about Momoland, for instance, where, like, we were like, stop recycling the same sound, same tropes, same beats to the song. And this is kind of a similar situation where, like, I think 3 runs of it was good. But after 3, I'm thinking, like, all right, I know they're capable of doing other stuff too. Like, I've heard their B-sides, right? They have some really nice B-sides. So I'm thinking, like, they can do other things too. They're definitely capable of doing cool stuff. It's just, did we really need to do disco pop again? Like,
that's the thing. I don't think it's necessary, but at the same time, it's not like I didn't enjoy it. I'll say that. Like, I liked the song. There's certain parts of it that I thought, like, well, this is not exactly the same formula. Like, they did a lot of more falsetto vocals here, and then, like, falsetto chest voice in the chorus. And I thought that was cool. I thought that was nice. That stood out to me as, like, oh, this is not the same thing. But I did feel like, in general, it's not really adding anything new.
It's like, why should I listen to Stay This Way when I already have We Go, I already have Feel Good, I already have DM. And already when DM was coming out, I was like, let's change it up a little bit, like, maybe I didn't like Talk and Talk, but I did appreciate that they were trying something different. I'm thinking, like, maybe I should have praised Talk and Talk. I don't know. In that aspect, I don't know. It was a bit of a letdown because I was hoping they would do something new. Fromis 9, it's been a while. Like, they've debuted in 2018. They've done other stuff earlier in their career as well. So, I don't know. Other than that, I mean, the track itself, I feel like it's fine. It feels really good. It flows really well. It carries over a lot of the good stuff that happened in all the tracks we keep mentioning. That being said, I just, like, I fail to see a reason why I should be listening to this over, like, if I'm sick of Feel Good, I'll listen to this, I guess, but I'm not sick of Feel Good yet, like.
Yeah, I mean, there was also, like, I was thinking of other parts that kind of distinguish it, right, between those other tracks. And there's more shouty, like, chanty vocals in this song.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I guess personally I didn't think it was necessary. So it's not like a good plus. But I did notice it. Like, okay, we're adding this now. And there was like is it an octave change I don't know what the
they
terminology
went up a
is.
Too,
yeah, we went up.
Yeah.
And I thought like, oh, okay, this is interesting. A little surprised that we did it. But I guess it was. I feel like there's an attempt here. You know, like we like the sound. I think they do it well. What I think the production is thinking, right? So they want to recreate it or create a version of it, but I don't know if it's enough with those changes.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's exactly the same song. Like it's obviously different. They're different songs, different key, different BPM, different, arrangement. This one's a little more trap heavy compared to the other songs. Like like they take a little time building the bridge. Compared to the other songs, I see the differences, but at the same time, the general picture of it is like, not too different, and
right
because we're coming to an end in terms of there was a huge plethora of songs that sounded this way, right, for a while, especially leading up to the beginning of this year. I'm thinking like, okay, like this would have been a good moment for them to try other things, adventure out a little bit. Prove that Fromis 9 is also capable of other things too, because they definitely are, and that didn't happen. So I was a little let down there. That being said, am I not gonna listen to the song? No, like it's
still a good song. Still,
it's already on my playlist. Like
there you go.
It's just like I'm not going to actively look for this song. I think I'm still waking up to Ego in the morning. Like, did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
No, I didn't know, but yes.
Yeah, like, I have multiple morning alarms. Like, I think this is the one for 9 a.m., I think. Let me double check. I think 9 a.m. Yep, 9 a.m. And then, like, the one right after, which means I'm late, is, like, the bum 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 bum. Anyways, how'd you feel about the visual aspect of it, the choreo, the music video?
I didn't see there's some choreo, right? I didn't think it was too different. I think it fit the vibe of the song. Visually though, I think it might just be me, like it might be a preference of mine, but it doesn't make sense to me sometimes to color the music video, or like the aspect of the music video to be more like cool tone, like color, like blue lighting type of tone.
Okay.
When it's supposed to be like a summer track, because I feel like summer tracks, when you're outside, there's the sun, you wanna add warmth to it. But I feel like sometimes
it's not
only them. What?
You want to be warm in the summer?
Yeah.
I don't. Do you turn the heater on? In July?
No, but I feel like if you're outside, you expect to feel like warmth, like the rays of the sun, the general weather for summer season, But I feel like I guess there's some disconnect between what I'm looking at and then what I expect it to be, because it feels like very cool, very chill, but the visuals are very like warm, like sunny. We're going to the pool, but I feel like you would be cold because the lighting is so cool toned. But I think it's a matter of preference, because a lot of summer videos do that. It's not only from S9.
Yeah, no, you want to be cool in the summer. Summer is hot. I don't like hot. I want to be cold. Like give me the cool tones, I guess. I don't know. I do think I know what you're talking about. It's very the tones are very muted with this.
That
video.
too.
So I heard they filmed in Saipan, right?
I wouldn't know. Okay.
That's didn't really give me the vibes of they could have done this in Incheon. I don't know. Like
yes, yeah.
Yeah, like it's not like this was very like there were some beach scenes that were really cool, but like at the same time, maybe they were running short in terms of like time with lighting. Like maybe that's what it was, because there's like a couple shots where it's like really cloudy.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's another thing. Like sometimes it's not always the sunniest of days, so you have to do some after touch up here and there. The blue lighting sometimes I feel like feels off to me when it's like a summer song, summer setting, but I get that it's a preference. Like some people really enjoy it.
Oh no, I'm thinking like maybe it wasn't on purpose with this one. Like because
maybe
I don't think it was like pleasantly cool tone either. Now that being said, like I also feel like the music video was rather simple, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing too complicated.
Yeah, it's just a couple shots of them dancing, a couple shots of them smiling into the camera, which is it's nice. I'm not gonna deny that, but I don't know. I guess like it was very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it was
Yeah, no, I get what you're talking about, and I feel like the reminder of Wigo was there because of some of the shots where they're like in a grassy area, and it was just like the dance shot. It reminded me of a Wigo shot as well.
You know what? I guess there's one thing this song does better than Wigo. It's no flipping airplane. It's no break in the middle.
I think it's fine. I like the Wigo techie computer.
No, I like
Photoshop.
I like the Photoshop and like the I'm doing this at home vibe too. But at the same, I didn't like how they like stopped in the middle of the music video and they're like, "What is this?" Like, you remember when I'm talking about the music video stops?
Yeah, no, I like that.
What? No.
It was immersive.
Give me the song. Oh my god. I don't know. I'm thinking like the song is cool. It's nice. It's fun. It's the classic. I don't want to say classic because it's only been a couple of years, but it's the good old Fromis 9 doing their Fromis 9 thing again. Which is if you like the sound, if you like this concept from Fromis 9, if you like Fromis 9, I'm sure you'll enjoy it again. At the same time, this is not a sustainable decision that these people can do. They've got to change it up. Like this is not everlasting. I have to admit. And it's not like there's like 5 million things under Pledis that's active right now either. So I'm thinking like you guys made a lot of money with Midnight Guest. Why aren't we like investing in more? Like I don't know. I'm thinking like it's time for a full-length album from this group.
Yes.
This is what I want. This is my wish list for Fromis 9. Like they've done many mini albums. They've done many single releases. It is please give me a full-length album. I'm sure you'll want to do disco pop again. Make it a B-side or an intro. I don't know. Give me something different this time. Because there's so much things, so much sound, so much color, so much genres that they can explore within this concept, and they don't have to stick with disco pop. And Fromis 9, as far as I can tell, they are way better at singing than they were at debut. I have to admit, they are one of the groups that has like improved so much. You can so tell. So this is one of the groups where it's so obvious that they've improved. So now I'm like, okay, give them a full length album. Show us what's up. Show us what's cool. Anything else you want to add about Stay This Way with Fromis 9?
I think we're good.
All right. Other big releases of this week includes Youngjae Got 7 with Sugar, Charlie Puth with Left and Right featuring BTS's own Jungkook. We have Huta with Boom and Lullaby from B.I. with Chu. Have you heard any of these tracks, Anita?
I got around to listening to Charlie Puth featuring Jungkook.
Like
it was very nice. Yeah, it was nice. It's very much the Charlie Puth sound. So, but it worked really well with Jungkook as a feature. So, check it out if you're into it.
That was like a song where like I liked when Jungkook was singing.
True, I really liked when he was singing.
Dude, I'll be honest. Maybe it's because I'm biased for this genre. Like the moment Jungkook sings, I'm like, this is cool. And then like the moment Charlie Puth sings, I was like, this is not cool. Like,
well, I wouldn't go that far, but it definitely grabbed my attention. I was like, oh yes, this really works.
I don't know. I was listening to the mix and I was like, this is god awful mix. Like, what is this? Is like, God of your work in progress. Like, they literally read the title of the song and thought it was like mixing instructions for the entire song. They just like said, push everything to the side, left and right. They didn't do that with Jungkook's part though, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's move on.
Yes, we're at Spice King now. So Previously on the Soju chart from episode 194, we had Kepler with Up First Win, first crown for them. Then we had Pixie with Villain in second place. And then in third, we had BTS with Yet to Come. And the new contenders are the songs from this week with Nayeon, with Pop, Card, Ring the Alarm, From Miss 9, Stay This Way, and I'm forgetting the last one.
You can just read it on the script, Anita.
Oh yes, aespa, Life's Too Short. There we go. So Doug's not here, but we still have his voting.
What did he vote for?
Well, I'll start with third place.
Okay.
He has Kepler in third.
Okay, Kepler up. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Second place, From Miss 9, Stay This Way. And then number one spot, Nayeon, Pop.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So that's the start off for today.
Yeah, I'll go second because since you read Doug's, right? Like, I do think his chart and my chart is pretty similar this week, right?
Is it?
Yeah, because I also have Pop by Nayeon on top.
Oh.
For number one. Yeah, no.
Okay.
As much as I rambled about how it could have been better, I do generally think it was pretty sufficient at what it does, and the best parts of the song came from Nayeon being Nayeon. And that was really nice. That was really cool. I liked it. Number one of the week. Following that is Up by Kepler, right? On second place.
Oh, okay.
That's been a sticker. I just realized what I said. Not sticker as in like NCT, like sticker as in like it has sticked, you know? It has stuck around. Stucker.
Yes.
I don't know. I did find myself typically with songs like these, I thought I would not enjoy them as much the second week around. Totally not the case. I found myself like skipping tracks to go back to the song. And I do appreciate that. I don't know what it is. There's some magic about this song. I don't know. I do think there's a benefit of releasing your summer songs earlier in the summer.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
being
agree.
there first. Yeah. So that you're just giving everybody the summer hit before everybody else releases their summer hit. So, I think that was the right move. I don't know. Good stuff. Now, what's remaining? Right, we have "Ring the Alarm" by Card. That was a good song, but generally, thought that was pretty cool. But at the same time, it's a good old Moombahton thing. We also had "Life's Too Short" by aespa. That was nice, but at the same time, I was like, it's rather a little too calm in terms of
it's a B-side.
It's a B-side vibe, which leaves me with "Stay This Way" by From Miss 9.
Oh, okay.
Even though I crapped on it this entire time, I know I'm gonna listen to it. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know myself. I know my own ears. I know I'm a slave to the kind of sound. So there you go. Stay this way by From Miss 9 on third place. So.
Okay. Well, I guess we didn't differ too much this week in our charts because
really.
I'll start in third. My third place is also From Miss 9, Stay This Way. I like you mentioned, I do have a soft spot for this genre, this sound in general. But there were a couple of things like I feel like we're listening to something very similar. That it's not bad, but like I think a switch up could be good as well. So placing it in third for now. Second, I think that I'm the unpopular opinion here, but I placed Nayeon in second.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty still high, yeah?
Yeah. The thing is, like, I think there's a lot of good things introduced in the song, in this solo debut, but I don't quite think it's there yet, like, fully there yet, where, like, it would really sell the song to me, I guess. So it's very catchy, very, very nice visually. Love the makeup and the styling. But I feel like it's a little short and it didn't quite utilize that time in the best way possible. So I'm placing it in second. So once again, in first place, I still have Kepler up.
Oh. Okay.
It's just really nice. Yeah, I really like the chorus switch up, and the dance is really nice. I like that it's peppy along with the song, but it's a little bit of intricate moves here and there. I really like the hand holding turn around bit. That's not easy, but they make it work. Yes.
Yes.
So I have tallied up the voting here.
Oh, well, before that, we got to go through the Gochu Gang votes, right?
Oh, yes, we do.
All right. I can read the Gochu Gang votes real quick, right? On third place, they had Fromus9 stay this way on third place with 34 points. Do I usually read the points? I forget.
Yeah, you can read the points.
Okay, well...
to know the difference.
Well, now points for this week. On second place, we have Up by Kepler. And on first, we have Nayeon with Pop. Pop. Wow, look at that. Doug had the same exact chart. Look at that.
Oh.
Yeah. What was also really special was that we had a couple of people voting for Flip That by Luna, and that was like not even an option. So,
wow.
Yeah, no, there's a strong push for that track. I think it's really nice. It's really
interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Back to the tallying up of the votes. So no surprise here. Well, we got Nayeon in first place. So first crown right now with Pop, and then in second we have Kepler. Very, very nice. And then in third we have Fromus9. Stay this way.
All right.
So yep. So the Soju chart for this past episode will be Nayeon in first with 18 points, first crown for her. Kepler in second with 12 points. And then finally in third place, Fromus9 with 6 points.
You know, Anita, Nayeon could have gotten the double crown this week.
Oh.
Except you had
I'm
to.
sorry.
It was not again, Anita. Not again. Not again, Anita.
Well, still got enough votes. She got a crown. Still got Kepler and Fromus in there.
We will see what happens. She might have what it takes to stick around for 3 weeks and make it to the Hall of Spice.
We'll see.
All right. Who are the show winners, Anita?
Well, it was kind of swept by one winner, BTS, yet to come. They won an M Countdown, Music Bang, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo, so they have a total of 8 wins with this comeback.
Look at that.
Big congrats.
Congratulations. I think that's the first end of the first half. Not that there are 2 ends to the half of the half. Man, we need Doug.
We'll be right back.
All right, we'll be right back, folks. Bye-bye. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we're back from the break. We have some big news and events from last week. You want to go through them, Anita?
Yes. So KCON announced his second lineup for KCON 2022 LA.
All right.
So now we got ATEEZ, INI, JO1, Kepler, Lightsum, Luna, NCT Dream, and TO1 joining the lineup. So let me go through the daily lineup now for day 1 and day 2. So day 1, August 20th on Saturday, will be ATEEZ, Gravity, and Hypen, INI, ITZY, Kepler, and Lightsum. And then on day 2, August 21st, Sunday, will be JO1, Luna, NCT Dream, NMIXX, Stacy, The Boys, TO1, and Cosmic Girls.
Oh, wow. This is a pretty solid lineup. Anita, if you could choose between day 1 and day 2, and you have to choose one, Which one are you going to?
I would have to go with day 2.
Right.
For I mean, the lineup is for both days is really good either way. But the one deciding factor for me is the fact that JO1, which is the Japanese group that was produced by Produce 101 Japan, is going to be there, and they haven't been to any sort of KCON in the US. I think they were in one in Korea, I believe, but it would be the first time in the US, so that would be cool.
I mean, even besides JO1, like we have like Stacy in the house.
Yes, Stacy girls,
right?
The boys,
right? You really like the boys. We both like NCT Dream, right? Like
NCT Dream, NMIX.
You know, NMIX has only 2 songs. I want to see them perform those 2 songs.
Yeah, it looks intense.
Fishy, let's go.
Yes, and then more KCON news. They also finalized their KCON 2022 US tour. So the tour will take place from August 22nd to September 1st, making 2-day stops in San Francisco, Minneapolis, Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, and New York City. So day 1 of each stop will include Gravity and Lysum, and day 2 will include Stacy and TO1.
Oh, okay. So these guys are going on a more extensive concert run, I guess.
Yeah, basically a tour there.
Right.
And I think it's being labeled as like rookies. So up and coming people that you might be interested in watching. Definitely check them out.
Yeah, this is a nice, very tight lineup, by the way. Like this is tight as in the schedule. Sorry, not the lineup, because it's very literally back to back to back. Back to back.
Like flight to like performance. Back to back.
Like the second day of Houston and the first day of Dallas is happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. No, like, no, man, this is gonna be a very exhausting run for Gravity, Lysum, Stacy, and TO1. But I mean, you know, I think for I think all 4 of these groups, this is their first like tour run in the US. So I mean, I bet they're excited, right? Like groups like Stacy, I don't think they've like. This is their first year where they're performing in front of live audiences, right? This is the COVID generation, right? So I imagine they're really excited about it.
Yes.
Now that being said, there's a New York stop.
Are you gonna try to go?
I mean, frankly speaking, I have no clue who TO1 is, but Stacy.
I think you do, but they rebranded. Yes,
really?
Stacy.
What was TO1 before?
I am blanking on the name.
Oh, they were formerly known as TOO.
Yes, TOO, because they were basically also under CJ.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were formed under that, and then they rebranded to TO1.
Oh wait, these are the folks that did Magnolia. Okay, I remember that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it'd be cool to watch that in live.
Yeah.
I still am a little more biased towards the girls who
Stacey
go down.
Girls?
Yeah. I don't know. I know you're not in New York, but Doug typically is. So
we'll see if he's willing to go.
Thursday, 7:30 p.m. I don't know.
It's Thursday.
Thursdays. I guess it's better than Atlanta, where it's Monday and Tuesday.
Oh God.
Good Lord. Oh, but I mean, Thursday's close enough to the weekend. I'll just take a day off after. Who knows?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. K-Con is coming. It's the concert season. All right. Well, other news, we have Luna Chu, right? Luna Chu is reportedly preparing to leave BlackBerry Creative and sign with a new label called BY4M Studio, right? So this is not confirmed yet. This is just, we are hearing reports about it. Earlier in the year, we had various media outlets reporting that Chu has filed for a legal termination of her contract with BlackBerry Creative, and that the court has partially approved of Chu's request. Now, according to the sources, Chu is currently discussing various details towards an exclusive contract with BY4M Studio, which is an entertainment agency with a strong focus on SNS and digital marketing. I said SNS.
I see.
That's like the Konglish word for like social media. So
yeah.
Right. You kind of get the idea of what these folks are, right? Now, following these recent events, Blockberry Creative has shared that they have yet to finalize their statements, which means
I see
things are kind of up in the air.
Interesting
stuff. I mean, I think the ideal situation is that none of this happens and she stays where she stays. And I'm talking about the group. I'm talking about from the group perspective, right? Because at the end of the day, yes, Chu is very popular, but she is also an integral part of Luna, Idara Sonyo, and you know they have a whole thing around like 12 folks, girl of the month, Luna, right? Like that's their whole thing.
That's the concept.
Right, that's their whole concept. So given that, I would hope she stays. And in fact, in their music as well, right? Her voice does play a critical role in terms of like, you know, taking the vocals, which is kind of surprising given they have a lot of members, right? She's also a big part in like connecting the Luna name with the general public typically.
With variety stuff, right?
Right. She was like, she still is like very popular in variety. She's you know doing a lot of stuff on YouTube and like popular TV as well. So given that, if I was Blockberry Creative, I don't know, I would probably be like, hey, what do you want?
Yeah, I mean,
more money.
I'm thinking like trying to see like if there was a breach of contract there, you know, like termination, is there any possible way that she could still be active in the group? Like I know that some people have done it, but it tends to be like longer in their career, I think.
Right. Luna,
I don't know.
I wouldn't really classify Luna as rookies, but at the same
not
time,
rookies,
right? I do feel like it's a little early for members to go their own ways, right? Where like I feel like Luna, there is still potential that is waiting to blossom fully. Now that being said, like there has been stuff that's been floating around the Korean internet about Chu not being treated well by Blockberry Creative. Like, there was like she was on a web variety, and like the first question they did in the interview with Chu was like they asked Chu, "Hey, how did you come here today? What are you here for?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, I my dad drove me here." And I was like, it's very cute, but like, where's your manager?
Yeah, where's the management team?
Are you going to your after school soccer club? Like, why is your dad driving you?
Well, that's concerning.
No, yeah, it is a little bit. And like, you know, we've had some concerning reports come out about BlackBerry's profits as well.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. If anything, I guess the second ideal situation is that she continues to promote as Luna.
Yeah.
But these folks at BY4M, by4M, these people help out with her solo stuff.
Yeah, I think that would be the best case scenario.
Right. I guess, yeah, that would be the best case scenario. That being said, I'm looking at the website for BY4M Studio. They have no experience with managing artists, I think.
Like singing artists.
No. They produce some songs, as in like not like make songs, but more like
the resources.
Yeah, like DJ Khaled production, not like so in that aspect, not sure what's gonna happen here, but we'll see what happens. All right, in another piece of news, we have Mnet telling us that they have postponed the broadcast of its new audition program, Boys Planet, to early next year in 2023. Now, we have been told that as the pandemic is easing, the preliminary round, which was planned to be held online, was changed to an offline round. And now, inevitably, this needs a little more time to adjust the schedules and whatnot. So,
yeah. Interesting. I to be honest, I completely forgot that there was going to be a Boys Planet. But I guess it's nice that they're gonna adjust to a change in procedures now that the pandemic is easing a little bit. My concern is still there because I don't know if they've addressed or released any sort of information as far as how the show will be structured, as far as like voting and like contestants, who what is the makeup of the group, that sort of stuff, because I feel like that was some of the issues that came up with Girls Planet. But we'll see, I guess.
I don't think it's going to change. Let's be honest, Anita.
No, nothing at all.
Let's be honest. You think Mnet's going to put in the effort to restructure their show because it was lacked in objectivity? Come on.
I honestly,
be honest with yourself.
Okay. I think since even within Girls Planet, they changed maybe it was planned all along, but it was my impression from the beginning that the cell concept, right, if we remember how that worked, would stay throughout the whole show, so that it would basically, it would be an advantage or a disadvantage to groupings, right, to whoever was in a specific cell. Then they threw out the cell format somewhere in the
earlier episodes,
in the show,
like that. Yeah.
So like, I feel like maybe there might be some restructuring in that sense, because I feel like some people were maybe confused or misled. Like, oh, but I thought it would be this way, and then it changed. No, nothing.
If anything, they're gonna double down on starting with it and then taking it out later in the season.
Further along,
twist. No, they're just gonna do the same thing again. Where they're gonna suddenly be like, oh, we're gonna get rid of the cells, and they'll cut to reaction shots of like the members where they're like, oh, this completely changes everything. You know, like that's come on.
Dang.
Or I guess the second likely scenario is they'll get rid of it completely. I feel like that could happen too.
That's what I think. Yeah. I think there's gonna be a complete restructuring of that cell thing. Although I feel like there was something interesting about it. Like, I kind of understood the intent behind it, but I don't think it was the best form of voting, low key. But we'll see.
We'll see. Well, we're gonna have to wait 6 more months because it's been postponed to earlier in 2023. I assume it's gonna happen. I assume Mnet's lineup right now, they have like the dancing spin-off to Street Woman Fighter. Right. This is gonna be Street Man Fighter this summer. I think they're doing Show Me the Money near the end of the year now.
Oh, and then, okay.
Right, they need to stop doing Show Me the Money. Bro, 11 flipping seasons.
Wow, we're gonna reach 20. Are we gonna reach 20 seasons?
Oh no, good lord, I don't think so. It's
Dang.
Show Me the Money season 11. I don't know. Street Man Fighter is cool. Let's bring that back, or do a different different format for a rap competition. I don't know. Yeah. Like something like Good Girl. Oh, that was pretty cool. Anyways, that's all the news we have for this week. I'm gonna kick off the open discussion section with a music recommendation.
Oh.
Remember we used to do that earlier in the show?
Way back when.
OG Nation members know. Our day
100 episodes.
Oh man, back when we used to have topics. Good lord. No. We used to have the section where we like recommend songs that we're listening to and whatnot. I think that's where I mentioned a lot of the rap I'm listening to. A lot of Yukika was like a stable member that showed up like very often. Did you know she's married, by the way?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, she got married. Yeah.
Recently?
Pretty recently. I think like earlier in the year. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
I found it recently because she released a song pretty recently. But I'm not going to talk about Yukika. That's her song. It's pretty cool. It's, kind of what you expect. There is so I'm compiling music for like a mid-year list. I've the last like year or so, or actually 2 or 3 years, as we've been doing the podcast, I felt it necessary to like listen to like genres outside of the ones I'm typically comfortable of, which is, you know, K-pop and rap. And I started listening to a lot more like indie stuff or like electronica or like rock music in Korea. I frankly speaking, I could, you know, dig a little deeper into certain genres over there, but at the same time, I would check out some albums that I think that, you know, people tell me are really cool. So that's where I started really becoming fond of folk music in Korea.
Okay.
And now folk music is folk song or folkesong, that was the mainstream pop format that was really popular in the goddamn 70s, in the early 80s, you know, pre-Olympic era Korea, right? If you're thinking about artists like Sanullim, Kim Kwang-seok, all those folks had a huge backing in that area. Now, eventually that became less mainstream over like the more heavier techno dance pop sounds that like artists like Sobangcha brought around. But there was a time where it was a lot more like calm and like, you know, it felt
acoustic.
Like, right. Every song they did felt like a campfire, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not a big thing anymore, but I do feel like the melodies written in that era still play a big role in how like melodies are written in K-pop today. Enough jibber jabber. There's an artist this year that has recreated that sound perfectly, but has given it her own twist because she has a very beautiful voice and very, very fragile and almost trendy kind of a voice. But the sound of it is she's very clearly recreating the sounds of the 70s, the 80s. Like she has a harmonica going on. She got like, she got the kid folksy choirs, right? Like she's got the high pitched bell sounds. Every song has some guitars. There's like lo-fi sounding brass in one of the songs. This is called Stars and Memories and Poetry by Shin Ji-hoon. It's a beautiful 10-track LP. Shin Ji-hoon might be familiar to some of you guys because she was on two shows. One, she was on K-pop Star Season 2. K-pop Star Season 2 was the season in 2012 where Akmu was on it.
Oh, there was a lot of good people in that season.
Yeah, like Bang Ye-dam of Treasure was on it, I think, as well.
Yes.
And then she did some singles for a while, and then she was on the unit back in like 2017 was it? 2018?
I didn't know.
Yeah, well, 2017. She ranked like decently high in like 15th place. She you know, obviously that wasn't enough to get her through the finishing line, but I'm kind of glad she didn't get past the finishing line there, because I'm assuming if she had done that, this wouldn't have happened. This album is, quite frankly, my favorite album of the year so far in all of Korean music, which is kind of surprising given that I typically lean towards either electronic or hip hop, but it's really flippin' beautiful, guys. I really have to. There's not even a lot of like plays on Spotify. Like all of these 6,000, 3,000, 3,000, 4,000, 2,000. Guys, like this is some good music. I highly recommend you guys check it out. Yeah. And it's I think there's a lot of good opportunities to learn about what Korean music was like before like all the changes happened back in the 70s and 80s. And I'm not saying that genre is better. I'm just saying it's what it was before, and it's cool for this artist to revive it in this way. I could talk about this album for like hours, honestly. But I'm not going to, because I could do that in a different video or podcast episode. I don't know, whatever. Stars and Memories and Poetry by Shin Ji-hoon. 10 songs and 34 minutes. Not a big investment. Please check it out.
Oh yeah, not a huge one.
It's a great album. I swear. It's so beautiful. So beautiful.
I'll listen.
Yeah. All right. That's all for me this week.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. I don't have a recommendation, but I guess I am just reflecting on some films that I saw recently.
What'd you watch?
They're not new releases, but they're fairly recent, I guess, within the last year or two, I want to say.
Okay.
First one I watched was a A Quiet Place Part 2. So, as the title might suggest, this is the sequel to A Quiet Place. Came out a couple years ago, directed by John Krasinski. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Wait. Jim from The Office.
Really? He made that movie?
Yes.
Jim made that movie?
Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess warning for spoilers if you haven't seen it is the film's been out for a while, but just in case.
I haven't seen it.
Are you
I don't care though. I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay.
Spoiler alert though.
Yeah, spoiler alert there. It was very interesting in the sense that it does a bit of going back and forth in time, like before the events of the first movie, okay, and then coming back to events after the ending of the first movie. It was nice because I was intrigued by the plot from the first movie, and I was like, oh, how is this gonna continue, right? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to see the second movie. I feel like the second movie didn't quite develop this plot as much as I thought it would. I thought where we got to at the end of this movie, of part 2, was what I thought would be the beginning or earlier on, but it was not. So it's I feel like it dragged on a little bit. And I think the main purpose was to create more of a sense of like, instead of like mankind versus monsters, now it's mankind against mankind. But I didn't think it was as strong of an argument in this film. I don't know. I feel like it didn't quite capture the same interest or like fresh take, I guess, as the first film did. So if you've seen it, that's my 2 cents on that.
I have a suggestion in terms of why this didn't capture the same vibe. Mm-hmm. You saw the first movie.
Yes.
With your friends.
Yes, we watched it on a retreat.
Right, we were at a retreat night for our club. I was there too. I remember, like. Oh,
do you remember the film?
No, because I slept right away.
Some people were like, I can't remember like who actually stayed up to see it. Or
bro, there was like 5 kids who were awake. Everyone else was asleep because like it was like 5 a.m. Everybody was drunk, and like it was
like not. No.
Were we not drunk?
No, I think it wasn't that far late into the night. I think people were tired. People were sleepy.
Okay, no alcohol involved. Whatever. The movie's like so quiet and it's like very, very dark. How do you expect people to stay awake at like 5 a.m. in the morning? You know?
I thought the interesting aspect of A Quiet Place, the first one, right?
Yeah.
Is the fact that we're playing on sound, right? We're playing on that being like the scare factor, which it tends to be a thing in horror films, thrillers. A lot. Like it's not an unusual thing to like play with sound to create fear, but I thought it was very interesting because it was portraying it as like that was like the main thing. Like everything relied on sound, and like there's inclusion of like deaf community in this as well. So I felt like it was compelling in a way, whereas the second movie didn't really emphasize that as much as the first one, and the man versus man struggle I think was not that strong either. So it felt more like an in-between. It felt like an in-between film of like another thing that's gonna happen. I feel like there could be a third one.
No, they're saying there's gonna be a third one. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense because that's the way that it felt at the end.
Yep. There is going to be a complete sequel. It's not a spinoff. It's a sequel. Quiet Place 3 or Part 3 is happening on 2025. John Krasinski is not writing anymore, but.
Oh. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder how that's gonna change.
Well, I should probably watch this at some point of my life.
I mean, if you want to, I wouldn't say you're missing out on anything specifically, but I did have the curiosity, and I was like, oh, wow, is this?
Well, I do feel guilty because like the moment it came on screen when you were at retreat, I didn't even try to watch it. I was just like, I'm gonna go to sleep. Like,
I mean, it was quiet enough.
Dude, it's quiet. Like, it's dark. I'm like, I'm going to sleep. Like, this is like, I'm sleepy. I gotta drive tomorrow. Like, I'm not doing this crap. Like. Yeah. I was old. Like, wasn't this like our like last year of college?
Yeah, it was our last year.
Yeah. This was like, this should have been like when we were already doing the podcast, right?
Was it?
Yeah, because we started doing the podcast last year at college. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was.
Oh man, yeah. Dang. Good times. 2018, I guess. Yeah, 2018.
2018.
Good lord. What's the other thing you watched, Anita?
Yeah, the other one that I think I had a much, I guess, more pressed or more positive reception was the Batman. So this is a more recent, the most recent iteration of the Batman series, directed by Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson. I'll admit I had my hesitation because I've associated Robert Pattinson with different types of roles. Didn't quite see him as an action film
like a bloodsucker kind of role.
A what?
A bloodsucker kind of role.
Maybe, yeah, way back when. But I was pleasantly surprised. I think what works with this film, and I think that's the reason why Robert Pattinson was able to pull off the character, was because it's a very dark but like gothic type of vibe. Even like the cinematography and like the architecture, like a lot of the shots of some buildings, the majority of Gotham, the city, and how it's shot is like very, very like slightly noir vibe. Like a lot of rain, a lot of shadows, a lot of dark lighting, and it creates a different vibe. Because my other point of reference for Batman movies was the Dark Knight trilogy, the Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan thing, and I feel like I still really like that one. I mean, I've finished it, so I like it as a whole. I thought it was a really good interpretation of the comics, but this is a very different vibe. Like, it feels much more. What's the word?
Okay,
you
use the word gothic. What do you mean? What do you mean by gothic?
Gothic. When I'm talking about gothic, I mean like gothic in like architecture. So like think of cathedrals. So
okay.
Old, like older, dark, but like kind of like awe-inspiring in some way.
You had me so confused there for a second because like the moment you said gothic, I started thinking about anime characters and like black frilly dresses with like
no.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The gothic archetype in anime. I was like thinking about that. I was like, does Batman show up in a black dress? I don't want to watch that.
No. It's not that type of goth. I mean, more like in the aura, I guess, of like in the architecture, I guess, more than anything. But yeah, I feel like this Batman, I think some people, when I was reading the reviews, were saying like this Batman is very much like earlier on in his life as Batman, right? Also, like spoiler alerts here as well. Okay. So we know that it's only been like 2 years since the death of no, not 2 years, but like it's been recent 2 years since he started his
so he's still like the intern
ego
to his job.
Yes, he's still early on in his Batman alter ego. So we kind of see like a more like not quite polished version, and I think it works. It works with the interpretation. Catwoman is also introduced in this film. I liked how she was portrayed. Zoe Kravitz played Catwoman. I don't know. Yeah, I think I think what won me over for this film was some of the shots. Like it was very, like it was. I know with action films, you're like, oh, it's about like the the movement, the fight scenes, like the explosions.
Michael Bay.
In this film, it felt more like the framing was important and like what you saw, like reflections, like.
Were you impressed by the mise en scène of the film?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because I remember watching the trailer, and like the trailer for this film, I think, does a good job of like highlighting some shots that I thought were like really cool. I think the highlight for me was chase car scene with the Penguin, also introduced in this film, and Batman. And there's like a lot of explosions, but like in the end of this scene, you get like a whole like orchestra sound, like wave coming up, and then you see Batman coming out of the explosion, and then but he's like on the reflection. It's a really cool shot. So I feel like a lot of this film was made to like, yes, it's action, but it's also like very, very nicely framed shots. Like a lot of the ambiance is very, very well portrayed and detailed. So if you're into that, I would suggest checking it out.
I would watch it. Unfortunately, this week is the finale release of Stranger Things season 4.
Oh, did you all caught up? You're all set?
I'm all caught up. I am having a good time. I'm not gonna get too deep into it because we've talked a fair bit, but good lord, Netflix being stupid by releasing the. I don't know, cause like that's a Netflix thing, right? Like Netflix would like release everything on one day.
Oh my gosh, yes, I did a report on this because it's like it's their recipe for getting people hooked on series.
Well, I think it's a double-edged sword, right? Because like
it can be, yeah.
Yeah, like if you think about the Disney Plus shows that I've been watching, which I actually haven't finished Obi-Wan because like even as much as I'm excited about Star Wars, I kind of didn't find Obi-Wan that entertaining. But anyways, with the Disney Plus shows, whether Star Wars or Marvel, they do weekly releases as if it's a real TV show. And I feel like that really encourages people to have conversations every week and like continue the hype.
Digest and then come back.
Right. But like with Netflix shows, you're talking about it for like a week and you're done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then like a couple months later, people will show up and they'll be like, oh yeah, I finally got around to watching that. And like nobody wants to talk about it because like they've already talked about it and like the hype has moved on to something else. Like that's usually the position I'm in because like I'll watch everything when the hype is dead because I'm a lazy human being. But oh no, I'm not doing that this time around. It's I'm having a good time. So
are you pacing yourself? You're watching it like once a week, or did you?
Bro, I destroyed my sleep schedule to finish everything.
Oh my god!
I was like, I'm not going to sleep when this like cliffhanger exists. I was like, I don't know what happens to these kids. I hope they live. Next episode, please. 4 a.m. It's too early to go to sleep.
That's how they get you though, because that's the main thing.
Yeah, and I go to work and they're like, Warren, you look like you're dead. And I'm like, yes. So is that other character from that episode.
Oh no, people die?
Oh, is that a spoiler? I'm so sorry.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything.
It's a horror film with crime involved. So, I mean, there's monsters that like attack you. And it's like it's a pretty serious tone to it. So, I mean, yeah, people die. They die pretty consistently.
But not like the main people.
I'm not gonna confirm that or neither. I mean, no. we don't know because season 4 hasn't fully dropped yet. There's 2 episodes left, and I feel like they're gonna kill off a whole bunch of people this time around.
Oh no.
Anyways,
I don't even watch it, but
why do you care?
I feel like it's a fondness, I guess, knowing that like, oh, they started off when they were so young, like the whole cast of the main characters, and now like they're so like it's been a while and like. Thinking like, oh, like a character's gonna die and they're no longer going to appear in the series.
The thing is, like, I know exactly what you're talking about because like I finished the entire marathon of the 4 seasons, or what I have remaining of 4 seasons, and then was like, I need more content. Content. So I started looking up like actor interviews and behind the scene footage on YouTube. I do this every time. And I saw the actors from season 1 again. And like, mind you, these kids are like 11, 12. And I was like, man, like,
they've grown up doing this series.
Yeah. And like, now that being said, there's a couple kids who like look the same as if they were like not aging. They've gotten taller, but like Dustin in particular, played by Gaten Marazzo, he looks like he's like 11 still. He's a cute little boy. And then you have like people like Finn or like Bobby who have clearly aged in a couple of years, in a good way. It's kind of cool to see them grow up. It's like Harry Potter all over again.
Something similar.
Yeah, I guess it's a little different though, because I grew up with Harry Potter, and like, yeah, if I was raising an 11-year-old child, I wouldn't show Stranger Things to them.
Oh no, not that friendly.
No, I'd probably, if I was 11, I'd be scarred, I think.
Oh no.
Yeah, like, can you sleep with the lights on? Next week in K-pop, Tuesday, June 28th, we have Oh My Girl, IVE, and Crevity with the Pepsi commercial song Black and Blue. On Wednesday, June 29th, we have Sunmi. June 30th, Thursday, we have Haze. And July 4th, on Monday, we have Hypen.
Very nice.
All right, well, that's SojuTalk. That's our thing. That's the weekly shot of K-pop. I've been Warren. Joining me was Anita. Thank you for joining me, Anita.
Welcome.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we need Doug.
We missed Doug. I think we still rambled a little bit. Hopefully not too much.
Our episode is it's not too long. It's longer than usual, but that's okay. Anyways, this has been SojuTalk. Please go listen to Stars and Memories and Poetry once you're done with this episode. Mm-hmm. I've been Warren. This has been Anita. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Special shout outs to our Fiesta patrons: Bagel, Based Mina, Brian, Shadow, Cotton Ball, Delmonic, Ellie, Genki Boy, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, and Jay Parks. Tier, thank you for joining SojuTalk. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Mafiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.